Thanks for hopping on today and agreeing to film a video testimonial on behalf of Generative Health. To get things started, can you introduce yourself and your role at Generative Health?
Absolutely, yeah. So first of all, thanks very much for inviting us on. So I'm John Griffiths. I'm the Sales and Marketing Director for Generative Health. And as you might be able to tell, I'm based over in the UK. Our company began here in the UK about 13 years ago. And 12-ish months ago, we launched our office in the US.
Yeah, great to see, your guys' presence not just in the UK, but also growing into the US market.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've got offices here in the UK, America, and Australia now as well.
So on that point, John, can you share some of the pain points and needs you had before working with us? Like, really, what was that catalyst that made you want to work with us?
Absolutely. So one of the biggest problems that we had was launching our proposition in America. We approached it with the same playbook that had made us successful in the UK and very quickly became unstuck with that. We've got very strong brand presence here in the UK. We've got a very well-established brand here in the UK. A lot of people know who we are and what we do. And we didn't have any of that in the US at all. So our initial attempts to acquire new customers over in the US very quickly became unstuck because we didn't have the brand, we didn't have the presence, we didn't have the contact book that we have here in the UK. So it was imperative to us very early on that we found the right business partner to work with who could help facilitate that and help us drive towards the market goals that we have for our US office.
And I know that's a big jump for a lot of HealthTech companies that want to break into the US market from other markets. And we've seen that commonly with different health tech companies, and glad to hear that you found a good partner in us to do that.
Absolutely. It's been a great partnership so far. I think we've come a long way as a business. We've refined our go-to-market messaging, our go-to-market strategy, purely off the work that we've done together. So no, it's been very fortunate that we found you when we did, because we were getting to the point where we were tearing our hair out because we just could not understand why our messaging wasn't resonating until we started working with you guys. So it's been really, really good for us.
And that's a great segue into my next question, which is, can you share some of the clear ROI you receive by working with us? And any specific, I like to call them QERs, like quantifiable end results.
Absolutely. The number one QER for us has always been revenue generated. It's always been net new business that we brought on board. Because of what we do in the sales cycle being so long, we haven't acquired any new customers just yet. However, we have added nearly $150,000 worth of pipeline revenue, purely attributed to the work that we've done together and the success that we've had together. So I'm very, very confident in that pipeline being quite late stage as well. So I'm really looking forward to some of these customers dropping over the line now and turning into revenue for us. But absolutely, that is directly attributed to the work that we've done together.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you all have been able to add 150K in potential revenue, and long sales cycles are very common in healthcare. You just have to stick it through, and a lot of the work we do is on the marketing side, but on the sales side of the house, there's very important process and cycle that occurs there to then close that that customer, get them from a lead all the way to a paid customer.
Absolutely. But now it feels like we've got a real machine working now where the top of the funnel is being filled. We're working our way through those logistical and compliance and regulation hoops that everybody has to jump through when they work in healthcare. And we will see the end result of this very, very soon. I'm confident of that. But I'm most thrilled with the way that this engine is working now, and this partnership where we're filling the top full on, we're pushing it down the line as well. And I think we're going to see some real success from this partnership.
You called it an engine. I think Ingolf had called it, your CEO, a flywheel. So, I'm glad to hear the engine of the flywheel is running and it's, well oiled.
Very much so. Yeah, it's coming along nicely.
So next question is, what was it like working with our team week to week? Because you told us a little bit about the, some of the QERs you received and, some of your pain points and needs before working with us. Tell us what it was like really working with our team week to week.
I think from my perspective, one of the things that I've enjoyed most working with you guys was not that you looked to us for the answers, because we didn't know how to make this successful. You came to us with suggestions on messaging, suggestions on offerings, on positioning ourselves in the market. You gave us that kind of full wraparound service where it's not just about sort of delivering marketing for us. It was that more strategic challenge, I guess, that's really helped us move the needle here. Because without that, we would still be doing the same things that we were doing 12 months ago, which weren't getting the results. So off the back of working with you, yes, the results are great, the pipeline's great. But I feel like we've moved much closer now to a much more concise go-to-market strategy with much better messaging, much better branding as a result of the work that we've done together. And a lot of it has been trial and error. But by working with you guys, we've been able to really accelerate that process and learn faster because of the volume you guys have and the toolbox that you have access to. We've been able to learn a lot faster than we would have been had we done this on our own. So I think for me, that's one of the key takeaways here is, could we have got this far ourselves? Probably. Would it have taken 5 times as long? Almost certainly. So to be sat here now with a really good growing pipeline, engines humming away quite nicely, 12 months in, I'm pretty comfortable with where
definitely.
we are.
No, and I'm glad you shared that, and again, definitely, glad to hear the growth that you've been able to achieve in just 12 months. And, that's an important thing. Like everyone in the outbound marketing space likes to focus on, the MQLs that are delivered, which is important. Like that's the outcome. But, like you said, being able to really fine tune that messaging, what is the go-to-market, being able to test different messaging quickly, and iterate on that in order to then dial in, okay, this is what the different target segments are leaning into. I think, that's a big value prop, and sounds like something that's really helped you guys out, in your overall go-to-market in the US market.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, testament to yourself, Bert, and your team, you have been flexible in your approach with us as well. There's been certain reporting that we've needed to justify this investment, etc. And you've been great in providing that to us and working with us and collaborating with us as we've not just shaped the messaging, but shaped the ideal customer profile that we've targeted as well. Again, because we are sort of brand new to the US market, being able to be that adaptive and work with us as we find our feet and likewise we change our messaging that comes from you, it's been invaluable, absolutely invaluable to us. That's been hugely successful and hugely appreciated by not just me, everybody
100%
on my team.
And that's a good lead into the last question, which is, how likely are you to recommend us to others on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being very likely to recommend?
Without a shadow of a doubt, 5. It's been absolutely instrumental to us to build this pipeline, refine our messaging, refine our proposition. It's been a really, really good process working with you. It's been really, really helpful. Some of the challenges you've made has helped us question what we're doing and are we doing the right thing as well. So yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, it's a 5, and I would strongly recommend anybody to work with you and yourselves and your team, because it's been it's delivered so much more than the MQLs, like you say. It's delivered so much more value than that as a whole holistic project. And one of the things I'll finish on is a really nice story from one of the last conferences that we went to, and we had quite a small booth. We were in a corner. We weren't the star of this show by any means, but a number of people came up to us and said, "Oh, you guys, you've been emailing us. I just haven't had around to get back to you yet." And we've kind of gone, "Oh yeah, of course, of course we've reached out to you." No idea who these people are, but safely the knowledge that they've received marketing content collateral from you guys. And without that, they wouldn't have come to see us at the booth. But building that recognition of our brand and building that kind of following of people, even if they don't respond to the email and book that call, it still is adding value to us, because, as I say, we turn up at conferences and people saying, "Yeah, you guys, I've been meaning to talk to you guys." And that's another one of those really nice benefits of working with.
That's huge.
With
I love that story, and that's another big value prop of doing like outbound marketing, at scale is just building, like you said, that brand recognition, the brand awareness. Because in the marketing world, there's going to be people you can, convert with, an outbound message, whether that's an email, a call. And then there's going to be some people that are going to be on the fence, and it does require several touch points to then get them on a call with your team, and turn them into an MQL and then an SQL. So super glad to hear that you guys have been able to, through our partnership, and able to really build that brand in the market, and now people recognize you. So that's huge. All right.
Right.
Well, thank you, John. And, here's to, more, continued partnership here. And thanks for your time today.
Pleasure. Looking forward to it.